So to initiate the event, please all welcome the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Chair of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council of the Philippines, the founder of Go Negosyo, Mr. Joey Concepcion!
The last 14 years, Go Negosyo has been advocating that the way forward for our country to succeed is that no Filipino should be left behind. Digitalization is not only pro-all, but pro-poor. This is why the Alliance has come together with Go Negosyo, created this massive event called Sign Up.
Magnegosyo saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas. Delivery na mabilis, lalamove ng food so fast. Gusto mo laging kompleto, parang mall at grocery. Bakit di ka mag-Lazada o kaya ay mag-Shopee?
2 years and 7 months na po ako sa angkas. Dati po akong restaurant manager ng isang fast food chain. 6 years po akong restaurant manager. Ang basic ko dati, nung restaurant manager ako ng isang fast food chain, 30 hanggang 35,000. Sa angkas, sa isang linggo lang, kaya kong kumita ng 10 to 12,000 a week.
Tambay mag-grab food ka, kahit anong menu ang gustuhin ay maiahatid niya. May nalimutan ka papeles, gamit at mga materyales.
Nag-start ako in 1 unit, isang sasakyan. Tapos sinamahan ko ng sipag at tiyaga. Kasama lahat ng problema. 4 months ako tumira sa sakyan. Hanggang ngayon, may hawak na po ako ng 12 units. Meaning, isa na po akong operator.
Ito nang pinakahihintay, magnegosyo saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas.
Sa loob po ng 3 taon, una po kinikita ko lang sa sina sa 2,500 po. Ngayon po kumikita na po ako ng 15,000 pataas. A week po yon. Dati po, umaasa lang ako sa asawa ko na kung magkano lang ibigay. Ngayon po, kayang-kaya ko na po tumayo sa sarili ko po. Yung 4 na anak ko po, yung 2 anak ko po, kaalis na po, pinagpaaral ko po sa National University, private po yun.
Saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas. Delivery na mabilis, lalamove ng food so fast.
Our shop would not be able to reach what we have right now without those mentoring, coaching sessions, the techniques that they are giving to become an effective seller. So, from a regular seller, we're able to achieve the goals, and every time na may goals kami, na ma-max out namin our target.
Nagsikap po ako na magmaneho, mag-drive sa Grab. So maraming opportunities. Makasama mo yung pamilya, no? Ng mas mahabang oras. Yung sasakyan ko po ngayon, more than 3 years na po. Nakakuha po kami ng sasakyan at nakakuha din po kami ng bahay sa Cavite. Kumikita ka na hawak mo yung oras. Dati po yung sahod ko sa isang company ay 16,000 a month. Yung iba, sumusobra pa.
Convey the message of the President. He is happy that you have attended the summit, and he sees a very good future for this economy, especially under the leadership of Mr. Joey Concepcion.
I have made a commitment in the last 14 years, and next year will be the 15th year of Go Negosyo. My mission is to help every Filipino out there succeed in life. But in the end, no matter what we do, we can only do so much to guide, teach, and mentor you. But in the end, it is your will, the right mindset that will propel you to success, and it has to be a teamwork. So again, you can bank on us that we will not stop till every Filipino out there has a chance to succeed in life. Thank you.
Congratulations! Clear na si Bosa. Clear!
Let us all welcome on stage the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, founder of Go Negosyo, ladies and gentlemen, Chair of ASEAN Business Advisory Council, no other than Mr. Joey Concepcion.
Our efforts with this government, President Duterte, whose passion is to help the Filipino people move up in life, the private sector, together with DTI, DA, and DOT, are moving heaven and earth to really fulfill and help you fulfill your dream to become one of these successful entrepreneurs.
Ang government naman po, DTI, nandyan din ang DOST, Science and Technology. Pagdating mo sa mga product development, mga new R&D, discoveries, and mga research output ng DOST, pwede po ninyong gamitin. Kung ito po ay magpapabilis sa proseso ng inyong pag-weave or kahit anong produkto.
I felt really excited about being here. I thought the Philippines provided one very important aspect, which is it's a country that really gives you the ability to live with purpose, that whatever you do has an impact beyond just money.
Let's talk about legacy.
And a legacy to me is about giving a contribution, not a recognition.
Every day you create your legacy.
I had my standards of excellence that I wanted the people to live up to. And that motivation came from my desire to be able to inspire my audience. There's a real emotional engagement that I kept alive with my audience. And yeah, if you can call that part of my legacy, then yeah, it is.
Supportive community. So hanapin niyo yun sa buhay niyo. Someone who can guide you, mentor. A woman community, a woman chat group.
Lahat po kami takot. Walang tao dito na walang anxiety. And I think what nakakatulong yung magpe-prepare ka talaga. Be the best you can be, learn as much as you can. Nakakatulong sa akin is when I recite scripture to myself.
I think that the fear actually should just empower you.
We are happy to report that after 6 months in office, marami na kaming bagong programa para sa millennials, para sa kababaihan, para sa mga gustong mag-farming at mag-agri-negosyo. So palakpakan natin si Joey Concepcion at talaga naman Go Negosyo is one of the best in terms of advocating, promoting entrepreneurship in this country.
This is our next forum, Women of the World.
Being a woman of the world is really trying to find a solution to problems that are happening not just here locally, but also globally.
In my business, I just don't want to encourage women to be beautiful on the outside, but I also want to encourage women to be beautiful on the inside.
First is start in a belief in yourself and set goals for yourself. Challenge yourself to achieve things that you don't think is achievable, but you need to put that goal there.
Secretary Mon Lopez and myself have been pursuing the vision of giving every struggling entrepreneur out there a chance to succeed.
Together with the alliance here of 30 chambers and organizations, we are committed to this vision.
I believe that by unity, cooperation, and hard work, we shall achieve our aspiration for our country and the good life that we always wish for the Filipinos. Let us work together to realize our hopes and dreams for our people and nation.
Kaya ba natin to? Kaya.
And hello, magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga nakikinig dito ngayon. Hello mga kanegosyante. Ako po ulit si RJ Ledesma, ang inyong Go Negosyo Mentor. At ako rin ay isang entrepreneur, yung nagmamayari po ng Mercato Centrale, Easy Franchise, and Enter-PH. I will be your moderator for today's session. And welcome ulit sa Go Negosyo's Mentor Me Online. Ito po ay isang libreng negosyo mentorship program to help assist and help and support yung ating mga aspiring and existing micro, small, and medium enterprises para ma-scale up, mapalaki natin at mapalago yung kanilang mga negosyo. And especially sa period na ngayon, tinutulungan po namin yung ating mga businesses in crisis, yung mga saradong negosyo, ano nila pwedeng gawin habang COVID lockdown, paano nila aayusin yung kanilang mga negosyo in preparation para magbukas ulit after our COVID lockdown. Mapapanood po ng libre ang Mentor Me Online araw-araw mula Lunes hanggang Biyernes tuwing alas 3 ng hapon. This is a very special session because we are doing it here this morning, 10 a.m. At bago lahat po, if you remember last week, pinag-usapan natin yung how to handle yung human resource strategy ninyo habang time of crisis. Ano pong ginagawa ng ating mga human resource experts pagdating po ng panahon ng crisis, paano po hinahandle yung kanilang mga katauhan, paano po yung mga salaries, paano po yung mga schedules na ginagawa para matulungan yung ating mga employees. At yung lumabas po sa session na yan, kailangan may pagmamalasakit po yung employer-employee para tumuloy pa rin yung pagtakbo ng isang negosyo. Ngayong umaga po, please make sure magtanong, matuto at manalo. Tumutok sa Mentor Me Online Facebook live stream ng Go Negosyo page. Magtanong sa ating mga kagalang-galang na mentors sa comment section. Please state your name at kung saan kagaling. At magtanong lang po kayo. And of course, i-like at i-share ang aming Facebook live stream sa inyong mga Facebook accounts. At kung pwede kayong manalo ng free book mula sa Go Negosyo. Abangan ang lista ng weekly winners sa aming Facebook page. Mag-comment ng inyong mensahe sa mga aral at mga natutunan dito sa ating mga Go Negosyo mentors at maaari kayong magkaroon ng chance na i-feature sa ating Go Negosyo comment of the day. Please use the hashtag MentorMeOnline or the hashtag FreeNegosyoMentorship. At ngayong umagang ito, I am very, very excited because the speakers who will be joining us this morning are speakers na talagang idolo ko pagdating sa larangan ng marketing management at entrepreneurial strategy. Papag-usap po nila how to make your entrepreneurial strategy strong. Kasi throughout the whole week, last week, pinag-usapan natin how to handle yung crisis, how to handle the business in terms of crisis. Pero ngayon naman po, dumako tayo sa topic na how to strengthen your business naman po. How to make your business even stronger, crisis-proof, para pagkatapos ng COVID or even during the COVID, lumakas po yung inyong entrepreneurial strategy. So ngayong umaga na ito, we have two very special guests, the husband-wife team, powerhouse team po ito. Unang-una, yung award-winning author and marketing guru, siya po yung chairman of Waters Philippines. Please welcome Mr. Josiah Go. At kasama rin ni Mr. Josiah Go. Hi, Sir Josiah. Good morning. Please
Morning,
greet
RJ.
all the people listening to you right now. Pakibati po yung mga nakikinig sa mga fans mo sa Go Negosyo.
Hello, everyone.
Ayan po. At kasama rin po ni Mr. Josiah Go, yung kanyang may bahay. At syempre, the CEO of Mansmith and Fielders, isang kilalang marketing consultancy company. And they give a lot of marketing training. Si Miss Chiqui, Escareal-Go.
Good morning, RJ.
Ay, magandang umaga sa mga idols ko, Mr. Josiah Go, Miss Chiqui. Kumusta po kayo dyan?
We're doing good.
Okay.
I hope sana lahat ng mga nanonood na nasa mabuting kalagayan.
Okay. Bago lahat po, baka we can just explain a bit more, Sir Josiah, before we go into the marketing portion po. Kumustahin po muna natin yung mga negosyo po natin. So Waters po, anong ginagawa ng Waters Philippines and how are you guys adjusting to this crisis time?
Well, ang ginagawa namin ngayon, we're basically encouraging everybody to stay safe. No, I think indispensable safety first. We don't want to force anybody to work. But we know that there are people who are doing selling online, no, and there are still booking coming in. In fact, malakas ka, no? When people give us orders, pero through online, through a different distribution channel. And we're thankful for that.
And sir, paano yung hinahandle po naman yung mga, kunyari yung mga noon, di ba? It's usually sometimes a face-to-face business pa ba yung Waters? Anong ginagawa ngayon para mag-adjust yung Waters ngayon sa ating lockdown situation?
Well, the needs have changed, no? Kasi ang number one needs ng mga tao ngayon is survival because of the COVID, no? So we had to change our message. Kasi tinan mo, if you look at the pain points, ano mga pain points ng mga negosyo ngayon, no? Yung, pain points number one, naka-home quarantine. So hindi na basta-basta lumalabas at hindi na rin basta-basta nakaka-deliver ang water refill station, no? So now, more than ever, people are realizing, mas maganda pala, no? Mayroong crisis preparedness ang water purifier. So, it works in our favor, no? That people are now starting to realize.
Okay. So, para may relevance po tuloy yung produkto ninyo kasi para essential siya if it's about immunity building, di ba?
Correct. Oh. And crisis preparedness.
Crisis preparedness and yung product mo parang sang-ayon din siya sa panahon ngayon. So very good, clean, purified water. This time importante po siya. At para naman po yung ating yung ating mga empleyado, how are you handling also your employees who cannot go to work? Many of them talked about last week about yung mga paano pa yung mga salaries and compensation nila during this period of the lockdown.
Well, what we did was we have given a cash assistance to our employees. So, binigyan namin ng 25K bawat isa.
Wow.
Even before nag-umpisa na yung lockdown. Kasi we anticipated baka mahirapan sila, no? But of course, for newer employees, the amount varies, no? Mas konti dun sa sinabi ko. Tapos we gave them yung prorate na 13-month. Pati yung contractual employees namin, di namin empleyado, tunulungan na rin namin, no? So just to make sure that there's food on the table.
Maraming salamat, Sir Josiah. Ma'am Chiqui, dyan naman po sa Mansmith and Fielders, alam ko po na kayo po ay isang marketing consultancy firm at marketing training firm. Ano naman ginagawa ng Mansmith and Fielders para during this crisis time? What have you done with your people and how's the company operating habang naka-lockdown ngayon?
So, like what Josiah said, no, we have shared services kasi with comes to HR, accounting, and all the things. So we have the same policy on taking care of our people. We have done some major pivoting when it comes to our programs. Actually, we were already going to do a lot of digital programs. Medyo naabutan lang kami ng lockdown. We were supposed to launch the first one actually in April, but God has other plans. So we are now, and part of the strategy in Mansmith is actually to choose and be very deliberate on what programs are truly relevant to the times. So we are now in the process of tweaking all our programs. How do we apply it to the crisis situation? How do we help our people? How do we address consumer behaviors during these times? So we're actually doing that right now.
Para nakita ko nga nung nangyari yung crisis, yung una kong inisip ko, naku, kailangan tawagan at i-review yung mga mga prinsipyo na tinuturo sa akin ni Josiah Chiqui because ito yung panahon kung kailan pwedeng gamitin yung mga tinuturo niyo sa Mansmith and Fielders and of course kay Mr. Josiah Go. We've got other people. This has been one of our largest audiences so far. More than 300 people watching us live right now on Go Negosyo. So let's start talking about the questions we have with regard to marketing. Now, unang-una sa lahat, I'm very glad na pinag-usapan niyo yung mga challenges niyo sa inyong mga sariling negosyo. But in general, Sir Josiah, you've got a good feel of all the different businesses that are happening around the country. I'm sure many of them have approached you. You've actually given an online lecture as well last week. Maraming pong nanood niyan. Ano pa yung mga challenges ng ating mga negosyo facing COVID-19 and how should they respond to the situation? Because right now, we've asked so many people how they've been responding. Pero para sa inyo po, what have been the best practices that you've seen so far with regard to responding to the COVID-19 crisis? Sir, please go.
Number one is I will separate between essential and non-essential products. No? Ang nangyayari sa mga essential products is really the ability to produce and the ability to supply. Because ang problema ng mga manufacturing is how do you get the people to report for work? No? Hindi lahat ng mga tao nila are or have been reporting for work. Kasi di ba, walang transport naman, no?
Opo.
Sa mga reporting for work, and they have the ability to make sure that the inventories are available sa trade, no? Which is good, no? Pero ang challenge naman doon is how to ensure that hindi mag-stock out, no? Kasi pag nag-stock out yun, that's an opportunity for the market challenger to come in. And this is the best time, in fact, for market challengers to be available and to have massive trial.
Sir Josiah, sa mga hindi nakakalam, anong ibig sabihin ng market challenger? Baka first-timer sila sa lingwahe.
Market challenger, yung mga hindi market leader, yung mga number 2, number 3, number 4, minsan nga, nabi ko nakikita mga new products na kapa-place lang, swerte sila kasi nasusubukan sila, no? Kasi minsan there are some categories na brand conscious mga tao dahil hindi available ang produkto, hindi na sila brand conscious, product na lang ang hinahanap, no?
Parang yung alcohol, yung mga sanitizer ngayon po kasi naubusan, so may mga challengers na naging mas popular ngayon.
So pag hindi available, hahanapin mo product na lang. Hindi na basta meron kang alcohol. I think that's important, no? Ngayon, dun sa non-essential, there is something that I think we all need to understand. It's a concept that is called the law of double jeopardy, no? Which is saying that mga startup company, ang double jeopardy is mas mataas ang cost ng startup. Kasi wala silang economies of scale, di ba? Tapos, kadalasan, mababa ang presyo nila. So, double jeopardy, mababa ang presyo, tapos mataas ang cost, no? Pero ibang klaseng double jeopardy ang na-experience ng mga non-essentials. Kasi una-una, wala na nga silang revenue kasi, naka-lockdown, they're not supposed to operate, no? Pagkatapos, they still have costs that they have to spend, no? So, yun sa startup dati, yung double jeopardy, medyo maliit lang ang margin. Pero ang double jeopardy ngayon para sa non-essential is talagang loss, no? So, yun ang na-encounter nila ngayon. And guess how they are going to respond to this situation? Maghahanap yan ng mga ibang produkto na pwede nilang ibenta o kaya, they will start trimming down costs, no? And I hope that when they trim down costs, they can think long term about their business, no?
Okay. Sir Josiah, let's just take a better look at that example, yung mga non-essential companies, because we've actually encountered some before. May nagtanong sa amin, yung pagkain po namin ay non-essential food product. Let's say either you're a pastry or sweet. You're non-essential. Anong pwede nilang gawin sa mga sitwasyon na ganyan na baka, it's not in demand right now, but they've got people, they've got facilities. What should they do? Should they just stop production altogether?
Well, I think there are, there are possibilities on changing your distribution channel, no? And many people are talking about online. Pero beyond online, what I'm seeing as an opportunity now is really in terms of the Viber channel, the Telegram channel, the social messaging app, no? Maraming community. Meron mga app na ganun, no? And they should tap on those community in order to make their products available, no?
Okay. And sir, just lastly lang, kasi in the crisis, there's two ways to do it. You look at the crisis as a crisis or crisis as an opportunity. What do you see right now that the company should do in this crisis situation? They're going to flip their business model right now. Diba sinasabi mo, kailangan mag-pivot, kailangan mag-ayos ng konti. What do you think are just some basic things that they should look at during the crisis?
Alam mo, I have a very practical approach to what are opportunities. Maghanap lang kayo ng classified ads. Sino nag-hire ngayon? Look at the companies hiring, pharmaceutical, healthcare. There are so many industries that continuously hire, no? Online logistics company are hiring. And it's telling you about opportunities in the industry. So not everybody are going to remove their people. There are people who are hiring, and you take it from there. No, now if it's not in the Philippines, what you can do is to look at what's happening abroad. The future is happening elsewhere. No, look at what's happening. In other countries, which industry are hiring. It can tell you immediately that there are so many opportunities.
Thank you so much, sir, for that very positive spin sa ating crisis po ngayon. Ma'am Chiqui, kayo naman po, I'd like to pose actually two questions to you at the same time. Maybe you can answer them one after the other. Unang-una po, habang crisis, no, what are the marketing strategies yung pwedeng gawin ng mga micro, small, and medium enterprises na pwedeng gawin during this period to sustain their business kahit sarado, kahit lockdown? At pangalawa po, can they even budget money for marketing during this quarantine? Palagay ko yan, nilalagay yung pera sa, I guess, Facebook ads or whatever kasi yan lang yung means kayo para makarating sa kanilang mga consumers. So yeah po, what are the marketing strategies that businesses have in their toolbox to sustain their business? And number two is, should they even put a budget behind it?
Yeah. So thanks for that question. I just like to point out that when you do your marketing strategies, you look at certain time frames. So, ano yung gagawin natin pag nag-resume na sa April 14, is it?
Opo.
Will it extend to another month? So, iba-iba yung strategies when you plan for 3 to 6 months, hopefully not a year. So, Josiah pretty much mentioned two terms, and it will keep coming out. That's essential and non-essential. Josiah already mentioned that the strategies that you might want to consider when you are a non-essential would maybe to lie low first or to look for essentials that might be in line with your existing business. Now, ang essential sa inyo or non-essential sa iba, baka iba sa ibang tao. So for example, sabi mo nga, may pagkain pero hindi siya essential. You'd be surprised about how people are actually looking for ice cream or chips. Somehow it is part of an essential to maintain their mental health or feel good. So there are comfort food that actually might not look essential but helps people. No? So you might want to look into that if you think you're a non-essential. So the other thing is, if you're a non-essential, maybe besides lying low, is can you reframe or be able to do something else? No, because now is the time to create relationships while people are on a mode. For example, we already know that Armani has converted to creating PPEs or the personal protection suits in while they're where we have this crisis. So, maganda siguro 'yon ano, PPE na Armani. um, uh, and like I think it's Ginebra who already converted into producing alcohol. So you think that alcohol, the drink, is not essential, but you can actually keep shifting. Now that's for the non-essential. No? So the strategy for that would be if you can't extend to essential lines, if you can't look for essential lines, then maybe develop relationships first, keep the space. People won't buy Hello Kitty at the moment because it's really non-essential. But who knows if it's your child's birthday and it makes her feel good to have one, then it's an essential at that point. So those things.
So
The
you
other
have to build, you
thing,
have to build a rapport, a relationship together with your clients. Kahit
yes,
even this period na hindi non-essential yung produkto po ninyo, kailangan pa rin gumawa ng sort of relationship sa kliyente nyo using, I guess, social media.
social media is the fastest and the most accessible right now. If we realize it, it's even cheaper than
Opo.
other efforts. But keeping in touch and maybe put in some learning, not fake news, huh? Learning along the way might help your existing clientele. Now, for essential items, and again, Josiah mentioned earlier about the opportunities for challengers to step up because of the out of stock situation. So if that's the case, if you're not in the supermarkets and you don't have any um, opportunities to place your products, no, you have to the two things, and it's a basic marketing task. If people have to be aware of who you are, of your product, and what it can do, and number two, they have to know where to find you. So availability, no. So right now, the market leaders will always have a high awareness anyway, and people will look for them. You're usually well placed in outlets. But if you are not the market leader, so work on your awareness again through social media. And I have a lot of Viber groups and Telegram groups, all sorts of groups. Um, the marketplace is so busy there. It's so inspiring, actually. And then once you've created awareness, it would be good to make people know where to find you, whether it's through house to house delivery na or certain places where certain places are open. So those are the things that I would recommend at the moment. Now here's the thing, because you have to look beyond, right, the lockdown.
Oo, opo.
So once people are aware, which is good, they know where to find you, which is good, and now they try you, you better have a good product, which is trial, right? Because now you might think, why aren't they buying anymore after the crisis, the lockdown? Talaga taksil talaga mga kliyente kung, di ba? Mga ganyang drama. Then you make this time as well as an opportunity to build up a database where you can check trial purchasers and who will buy you again. Because now, again, you've completed the fourth task, which is people are aware, they know where to find you or availability, they've tried you, and if they're happy, And you want to maintain that because you also have to think what's going to happen after the lockdown, right? So after the lockdown, you better make sure you have good products and good relationships so you are assured of a repeat purchase whatever happens after the lockdown.
Okay. So ma'am, parang nakikita ko po dyan, ma'am Chiqui, na dapat sa mga produkto po ninyo, good morning, Carl Delval, magandang insight niya. Yung takeaway niya talaga is that sometimes you have to really look at what's essential also about your product. It might seem non-essential to others, but you got to see what is the essence of your product that makes it essential, whether it's for mental health, for education, for pest control. May something about your product is essential to other people. Tama po ba?
That's right. Josiah mentioned about, again, the term that we will keep using is a pain point.
Pain
If
point.
if
That's
your
right.
product addresses a specific pain point, and I mentioned about ice cream being comfort food at the moment. Now, it might seem frivolous, ang arte naman, nag-ice cream ka pa sa mga ganung panahon ngayon. But we can't judge, for example, the emotional and the mental situations of certain people. And if it can help them, then it is essential for them. So yes, hahanapan, kung yung produkto mo, isip mo non-essential, baka nga, yun nga, i-reframe mo hahanapin mo yung pwedeng pain point na i-address ng produktong yun.
Apo. Ma'am, kanina po may nagtanong sa amin, paano man yung marketing budget ninyo? Do you set aside a marketing budget right now? Or do you, because some people right now, syempre, time ng crisis, they actually want to pull back on marketing budget. But now, should they spend? Maybe there's a more, kumbaga, more effective way. Maybe you should spend, but more effectively, like on social media. Paano po yan?
Okay, you have to be quite deliberate nowadays because the clutter is simply too much. You know, parang while you want to keep your business afloat, there are concerns about the situation, the health, the COVID, and etc. So, very targeted. If you have a budget, again, Viber, Telegram, all these social media apps are doing so well informing. Umaabot nga sa Alabang and we're in Quezon City. You know, parang all these, the hugeness of the marketplace, all of a sudden is available there. And you don't really have to spend much. I would advise keep the budget manageable. You still want to be on top of mind of people. You want them to still know you're around. You just have to be deliberate on where you place it. Kasi nga, ang clutter and the emotional situation also have to be considered. Maybe Josiah has something to say
Ma'am,
about that.
tanong ko lang po, paano na ba po para mag-TikTok yung mga negosyo?
Mas Mariosep. Mauna ka, RJ. Nagtitiktak ka na ba, RJ?
Hindi pa nga yung anak ko lang. Yung anak ko, yung my daughter lang po. But sige, going back to Sir Josiah naman po. I guess right now, the other question people also have for many of them is how to look at where exactly can they find now where can they look now for opportunities to pivot their business? I mean, we talked a lot about pain points, but how can we do it more systematically where they see what are the emerging opportunities where I can take my business? I know nakinig po ako sa inyong talk online. You talked about maybe people can start looking now at doing more delivery, more immunity or health boosting foods, or maybe deliver services specifically to senior citizens kasi sila po yung hindi nakakalabas. What are you seeing the emerging opportunities that businesses should explore during the COVID period and of course right after yung COVID lockdown natin?
You know, number one is tingnan natin kung ano nangyayari ngayon tsaka ano ang magke-carry over, no? For example, face mask. Sa tingin mo after the coronavirus scare, sa tingin mo people will still wear face masks? Ang sagot ko, I think a large percentage of or a segment of the population will continue to do face masks, no? Face mask o puro import tayo, no? So that's a very clear opportunity. Take a look at what are being imported and what can be manufactured locally, no? That's number one. Pangalawa is that what are products that ang hirap hanapin pero kailangan na kailangan, no? So again, it's related to supply chain. And I think these are something that we need to really consider. just look at what's happening now and then try to see what will carry over as an opportunity. Kasi, let's not think about too short term na, hindi, sandali lang yan eh. After 1 month, wala na yan. I don't believe that. I think, many, like Japan, many people are wearing face masks. No, I think now we have educated the market in terms of wearing face masks. We have educated the market in terms of washing hands. We have educated the market in using alcohol. We have educated the market into so many things. No, so these are things that is going to be a big boom because the demand would naturally be higher. So look at products where there will be a higher expected demand even after the COVID crisis. No?
What else, sir, in terms of trends do you see coming out, especially for post-COVID? Una po, kunyari, people still might not be going out too much. There will be a lot of social distancing pa rin. Ay importante pa rin po pagkatapos ng post-COVID kasi baka tumagal pa to the vaccine is still maybe a full year from now, and businesses might start emerging. What else should we be doing? Should people start moving towards a delivery model, especially those people who were used to doing brick and mortar structures for eating? Do they have to rethink their strategies? What would you say about that one, sir?
I do not agree that people will not go out after the COVID. No? Ang importante lang is what's our definition of normalization. No? Kasi sa akin, the moment that the World Health Organization will take you out of a COVID country, no? And flight will resume, everything will be normal, wala nang quarantine, 3 or 4 different criteria that is going to create normalization. Hindi lang pag sinabi ng gobyerno, normal na. I think these are 2 different concepts, no? One is, once the government is saying that pwede na lumabas, people might still be scared. But if you have a third-party health authority saying this country is now normal and you can now visit, I think everybody wants to go out and they'll go to the mall, they'll go to the restaurant, they'll celebrate, they'll have reunions. Therefore, our priority is not just in terms of how do you get people to go out. Our priority is really in terms of understanding that there are 3 different phases. One is how do you get the Philippine virus free? The second is how do you save jobs? And the third is how do you create a bounce back in the economy, no? In that particular order. No? And there are certain criteria in terms of making sure that all of these 3 will be met.
Okay, sir. Maraming salamat. So yung nakikita ko dyan is that talaga there's really an opportunity for everything, pero yung priorities natin ngayon, virus-free, may opportunity dyan. Number 2 is save jobs, may opportunity rin dyan. And of course, how to make the bounce back economy, lahat dyan may opportunity all along the way. Pero ito, sir, matanong lang po natin, no? May magtatanong kasi syempre, bago ng crisis na ito, magpapatayo sila ng panibagong negosyo. They would like to start their new business. They're saying right now, is this going to be an ideal time for us to actually start a business during this crisis? Or maybe they can have a new business during this crisis na pwedeng simulan?
If it answers the tension or pain points of COVID, go ahead. If not, wait for 30 days. No? I would encourage people to try to wait. Because the environment is not normal for a business situation.
Okay. Sir, so kunyari po, pag-usapan muna natin kasi mga entrepreneurs po yung nakikinig po kayo. Kung sila po yung magsisimula ng isang negosyo ngayon during the point of crisis, dapat sagutin yung pain point. For example, para tumakbo na yung utak po nila, ano yung mga negosyo pwedeng ipatayo ngayon mismo habang COVID crisis?
I can only speak in what I have personally experienced. No? So for example, tinan mo yung pain points ng water purifier dati at saka ngayon iba. Dati kasi people are looking for water purifier dahil halimbawa mahal ang water refill station. 150 pesos a week is is 500,000 lifetime, no? So yun ang pain point nila. Pangalawa, pain point is water refill station, marami acidic, hindi siya alkaline, no? Pero ngayon, ano ang pain point? Nagbabago yung pain point. Una, social distancing. Natatakot sila. Yung ba delivery person, hygienic ba? posible malinis ang tubig, pero yung delivery, nahawakan ng kamay, di ba? Tapos yung pera, pag inabot ba, yung sukli, pag inabot sa'yo, malinis ba, hygienic ba? So iba ang pain points, no? So, and you have to look at the product accordingly and twist your message to the times para relevant kasi sa kanila. I've always said, no, think about relevance first, no. So ikaw RJ, ano mga negosyo ginagawa mo ngayon na relevant to the times?
Para sa akin, maraming salamat, Josiah, for asking me. But then, sa negosyo ko naman, di ba, sinabi ko nga, yung negosyo namin po is Mercato Centrale. Kami po ay isang food market, di ba? At yung ginagawa namin dyan, tinutulungan namin yung mga maliliit na mga food na negosyante na magbenta ng pagkain because usually hindi sila makaka-afford na magrenta sa Bonifacio Global City, di ba? To have their food. But now, since sarado yung market, sabi ko, paano ko ngayon matutulungan yung aking mga vendor para makapagnegosyo para makapagkita ng pera? So what we said is, we went back to what is our business all about, yung relevance ng negosyo namin. Kami po ay isang incubator ng mga small food businesses. So sabi ko, since that is my thing, it's just awareness and delivery, sabi ko na lang, we created a system, kinuusap po namin, bawat vendor namin na pwedeng gumawa ng pagkain sa bahay nila. If they cannot come to the market because of social distancing, they cannot come there because of it's a place of mass gathering, they can cook their own food at home, di ba? At ginawa namin, kumuha kami ng mga riders, mga fleet of riders kasi wala silang trabaho ngayon. And we are using currently our own marketing sa Facebook kasi marami pong sumusunod sa Mercato sa Facebook. So what we are developing right now is a Mercato Favorites Cloud Kitchen Delivery. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, pwede kayo mag-order online sa amin among your vendors. Sabi namin sa kanila, just choose your 3 top dishes. You order it online, and then when you order it, yung tao ko, ni-repurpose ko lahat, iba yung trabaho nila ngayon. Yung operations manager ko, siya yung tagatanggap ng lahat ng tawag, lahat ng Vibers, at siya yung magta-traffic ng mga order sa mga vendor, and then the riders will deliver it to their homes. At yung additional benefit po dito ay iba. Kasi before, di ba sabi nila na, we're not just like a regular fast food. Kasi sa amin, anong relevant sa mga consumer? When you buy from us, you are not just buying authentic home-based food. You are actually supporting yung mga small home-based entrepreneurs na nangangailangan ng pera ngayon. So that was for us how to create relevance for our business during this time. Kami pa rin ay entrepreneur, kami pa rin ay nag-incubate ng mga small food businesses. Iba lang yung delivery channel namin. Pasado na po? No? Pasado naman po?
Tama, no? Kaya, I wanna appeal to homeowners association kasi pag yung mga homeowners association, hindi sila ready to support their homeowners, no? So kawawa yung homeowners, we live in Acropolis. And Acropolis has a marketplace using Telegram, no? Dati Viber, ngayon Telegram na. And easily we can tap into that marketplace using social messaging app, no? And it is your type of business that would be, that would be very appropriate in terms of using the homeowners association or neighborhood group na lang, no? Kasi naghahanap yan ng pagkain eh. Minsan, they're craving they don't want to cook, no? Or in our case, for example, we buy food from our neighbors because we want to support the small entrepreneur, no?
That's right.
And I think at this point in time, it's important to support the small entrepreneur.
That's right. Sila po, they're 99.6% of our business people here in the country, yung mga micro, small, and medium enterprises.
Tama.
Now, talking about yung relevance to consumer, di ba? Ms. Chiqui, paano man po, how do you keep yourself relevant, constantly relevant to the consumer during this time, kahit anong produkto mo? Because like for some people, it's easy to see how relevant you are, like yung water, but ibang produkto, I don't know, toys, bags, shoes. Karamihan sa kanila, they're wondering, ano gagawin ko sa panahon na to na lockdown? Paano maging relevant sa consumer sa mga panahon na ganito? Ano pa yung mga insights nyo dyan?
Yeah, this is a time that you really have to make an effort to understand your customers. A lot of people kasi they think they know their customers based on some feedbacks, but hindi talaga personal yung pagkakilala. So sabi ko nga kanina, this is a time as well that to find out why are they buying your product, why do they come back, why did they try it at all. No? That's the only, whether that's one way to find out if how can you address? Again, babalik tayo talaga yun eh. Pain points eh. That's how you stay relevant. Disclosure, Josiah and I own Waters Philippines, right? Sabi mo nga, madali yan kasi tubig eh. But even in the messaging efforts that we're doing, if before we would point out the cost per liter, etc., now we're just really focusing on the convenience of having purified mineral alkaline water 24/7. No? Because that is the main messaging that we want to deliver. In Mansmith, for example, we have also deliberately chosen certain courses that we feel will be relevant. One of which is, for example, what is consumer behavior during these times, which I think I should do online. No? So that's an area. My last free talk with Day 8 was before the lockdown was actually small store marketing, and I think something that you can still that can be used very well by a lot of entrepreneurs there. So that's, to me, that's relevance. If I were to offer a course right now, it's what is needed during these times.
Ma'am, baka pwede po, Ma'am Chiqui, baka pwede kayong maimbita ulit ng Go Negosyo o kaya sa sariling Mansmith and Fielders. Baka pwede kayong gumawa ng kurso para sa small scale marketing, especially how to transform them digitally. Kasi marami po na nakikinig po ngayon ay mga malilit na tindahan at mga small scale marketers at kailangan po nila ng tulong sa, I guess, delivery platform, marketing platform para makilala yung mga produkto po nila. Sana po makatulong kayo dyan sa pamamaraan na ganyan. That would be very, very helpful for all of them here right now.
Thank you for the suggestion. We'll do that.
Thank you po. At isa pa po, Miss Chiqui and Sir Josiah, alam ko po na ngayon, marami kayong ginagawa ng mga courses and you were also wanting to go online. At maraming mga tao ngayon, ginagawa nila ngayon, siyempre, especially mga service businesses, na hindi na makakagawa ng face-to-face na negosyo. I mean, mga events companies, yung mga tutorial. And so we're telling them that, medyo na-caught sila flat-footed ngayon kasi syempre, crisis sila. Ano gagawin namin ngayon? And they now have to go online or do some kind of online component. What is your thoughts there? Should all these businesses start going online to do something and sell their services there or communicate with their clients there? Sir Josiah, opo.
You know, one of the things that we did in Mansmith, no? In fact, we were the first to offer marketing during coronavirus times, no? And the reason is that you have to make your presence felt. No? Just because there is a crisis doesn't mean everything have to stop. No? And just because there is no revenue does not mean you don't want to do it anymore. No? I think it's very important for us to go back and say, ano ba ang brand purpose natin? Sabi mo nga, ano ba, what's Mercato? What is Mercato for? What is Waters for? What is Mansmith for? So if, for example, if you are a sports company, if you're teaching yoga, if you're teaching, and then people cannot go to your studio, you have a yoga service, you can always come up with a channel and teach people yoga for free. And ano naman yun, sandali lang naman yun, 30 days lang at mo siguro a little over 30 days. Don't just keep on, insisting you must have revenue at this point in time. Sure, we all need to survive. But if there is no way that you can have revenue, be happy that you're giving your product, and helping other people. The other option is to do freemium. No, you can give, you can offer it for free, and then after a while, if people like it, then they can continue. No, but there are pros and cons for that. No? I think it's very important for us to review that what worked before may not work exactly today. For example, if you have 1,000 branches inside the mall and the malls are closed, so what do you think? This used to be called key factor for success. So, ang tanong ko, is this really a key factor? Sarado nga eh. Wala, you're not relevant. So now it's time to really reassess the business and say, so how can you be more relevant? And we all need to go back and say, crisis preparedness. Sa opisina natin, are we prepared for a crisis? Sa bahay natin, are we prepared for a crisis? No?
Opo. Nakikinig ngayon si Raja ng Esquire. Thanks so much for listening in. Of course, Eric Kaeg ng Retail Academy at Association Filipino Franchise. Maraming salamat. Now, balik tayo kay Ma'am Chiqui naman po. Ma'am Chiqui, because you do Mansmith, I'm sure marami kayong nakikita, mapansin yung mga specific consumer behavior, which of course we can also tackle. Paano po, pakisabi sa amin yung evolution ng consumer behavior pre, during, and post-COVID, at ano mga opportunities in terms of consumer behavior para sa ating mga entrepreneur at mga business owner?
Yeah, I think some are quite obvious about panic buying. I still don't understand the toilet paper panic buying.
Opo.
But I remember the only time I did some panic buying was when I was 23 years old and I had 2 kids. Okay,
Oh.
so that was the EDSA people thing. And I stocked up on milk for my kids and batteries and flashlight. That was the scare of the moment. So I'm not going to attempt to psychologize that. No, I have a more of an anthropologist perspective.
Opo.
I think that again, and it came out in some of the comments about the fear and when people are, and that's what happened with the panic buying situation. We have to understand how people will react to certain news information, and that's why it's very critical when you talk about consumer behavior. Is what kind of messaging do you give? No? When people lack information, when they don't know who to believe, that will cause some panic or some confusion. And that's, as marketers, we're supposed to be good at communicating and not manipulating, right? So we're supposed to be able to help people make decisions the best way. So you try to understand, so what are people doing? So how are they consuming information, for example? How is social media helping out? For example, I realized there's a rise of there's a need for accuracy and and remove fake news. So now there are Viber groups on DOH COVID-19, which I'm following because this one, I trust the information coming out here. So what does that mean to us marketers, right? That people now are saying, ano bang totoo? So dapat merong pamamaraan na paniwalaan tayo. Sa Gen Z nasa abroad, ang pinapaniwalaan na nila ay the micro-influencers, yung mga totoong tao. Ayaw na nila ng macro-influencers na mga big names kasi gusto nila totoo. Ayaw nila ng Photoshop.
So yung mga
these are the
micro-influencers, ibig sabihin yan, hindi malaki yung audience sa mga nila, kundi maliit lang pero very very specific or very focused sa isang group, di ba?
Importante na ngayon ang
Specialist.
pinapaniwalaan ka. So trust is a currency. It's a very important, especially now, di ba? Dati trust, we take it for granted. Brand purpose yan. Kailangan ng mga kumpanya na part yan ng kanilang brand purpose na pag gumawa sila ng strategy. Hindi na CSR yan. Dapat part of their brand DNA na pag gumawa sila ng desisyon, kasama ang people, planet, hindi lang profit. Ganyan na dapat ang usapan. Hindi lang puro CSR or PR. Ganyan na ang mangyayari. So understanding consumer behavior. So messaging for me is, so you see a behavior, you always try to analyze what caused it. So if it's panic buying, maybe because it's the lack of information caused that action. And this thing about, and I'd like to go back to COVID, no? We've been communicating to people, stay home. But are we communicating effectively? Now, part of the studies being done by behavioral strategists would be, does it matter if it's the World Health Organization that gives you messages or the DOH? Will people stay at home? Will it matter if you just tell people, somebody in your neighborhood got sick, so therefore you should stay at home? That's what you call social norming. Or you don't want to affect others, which is more a pro-social caring for others, which I think will also happen after COVID. Now, people will care more after we realize, we should have stayed home. So those things are important in understanding consumer behavior, what's happening out there, how they consume information, how they do their purchases, what do they buy during these times. No, these are all again part of, and I love research. So these are all part of the things that you should be looking out for, because as marketers, it will affect how we reach out, how we communicate, how we deliver the message, how we propose our value proposition, and how we become relevant to them. So that's why consumer behavior is very important.
Ma'am Chiqui, tama nga sinasabi niyo tungkol sa consumer behavior na talagang pag-aralan yan, ma'am, no? Pwede lang matanong lang po. Sige, sa panahon na gano'n sa COVID, I'm sure marami kang nakita mga ehemplo sa social media ngayon ng mga brands which have been able to properly process yung pagkaintindi ng consumer behavior. Can you just give a good example right now kung ano nakita mo online na okay yung ginagawa nila para malaman ng mga tao at baka matuto rin sila?
I'm gonna go. Maybe it's also good to discuss what big businesses are doing for small businesses.
Opo.
No, a case in point, and I've seen this with Unilever. They've actually posted. Benji Yap has posted in his LinkedIn page what they're doing for their employees, for the customers, and for the suppliers.
Opo.
And I'd like to emphasize that, for example, as hoping that the big businesses will continue, for supplying small entrepreneurs and providing them additional funds, or at least pay them upfront if you have if they have credit lines with you. Now, because we realize that their suppliers are also their customers when it comes to purchasing their goods and their products. Therefore, it has to be win-win for both. They have to help each other to get the economy going. That's why sa akin, it's always looking at, and I'm very customer-centric. I'm always sensing what are they doing, why are they doing this, both in an anthropological perspective, sometimes with a psychological perspective as a behavioral scientist. So these are the things that parang we can come up with ideas. We want to help, but what is the best way to reach out? And that's where consumer behavior is, understanding consumer behavior is very important.
At paano ito matatranslate sa ating mga SMEs naman, magaganda sa mga malalaking negosyo? Paano, kasi syempre yung mga liit na negosyo, inisip ko, paano makakatulog? Kasi yung budget ko hindi kasing laki ng mga Unilever na yan. Hindi ako kayang gumawa ng mga long-term, ano magagawa nila? Yung mga maliliit na kumpanya in terms of understanding consumer behavior.
You know, I'd like to think nga na mas flexible at mas agile ang small businesses eh. 'Di ba? Kasi they're closer to the customer. They can see. Ang kailangan lang talaga ma-develop is that sensing, no? Sense making of what's happening, what are they doing, how are they consuming our products, what are they saying about it, and why. And then pivot, ikot ng ikot, no? Tweak ng tweak, galaw ng galaw, kasi yun ang gusto ng customer eh. We've done that actually in Mansmith when we started 30 years ago. We're celebrating our 30th year this 2020. And we realized there was a need just for a marketing and sales training company. You know, and along the line, people were telling us, "Oh, don't you have courses in trade marketing? Don't you have courses in key management, key account management?" We brought in Blue Ocean strategy and business model. So those things are part of how we understood our customers and how close we are to them, and delivering exactly what they need. So i-convert lang din ng mga tao yon. Ano ba yung pangangailangan? By the way, hindi lang produkto yung pangangailangan ha, pati yung pamamaraan kung paano paabot yung produkto sa mga tao. 'Di ba? Yung kasi nga I saw some, kunyari, nagbebenta ka ng mga prutas, no, sa palengke. So, paano, again, babalik tayo sa una ko sinabi, awareness and availability. So, paano nila malalaman na nagbebenta ka pala? Tapos paano nila ikaw maaabot? In a lot of online marketplaces, ang dami ng nagre-recommend, si Aling ganito nagbebenta ng seafood. Ito yung number niya.
Ayan.
So yun ang dapat gumagalaw. So I'm sure yung mga tao sa palengke, may mga suki yan. So kausapin nyo na, sabihin nyo, pakipromote naman yung aking, of course, they have to also deal with the logistics kung paano i-deliver.
So maganda po yun. Naisip ko lang, di ba? Yung mga Facebook marketplace, yung buy and sell dyan, or kahit sa Facebook page, gumawa ka na lang dyan para makabenta ka na, di ba? I mean, at this point, you're entrepreneurial, you try everything already. Hindi po ba?
Yeah, that's right.
Sir
Josiah,
Josiah,
pwede ka eh. Pag mas small entrepreneur ka, dapat mas mabilis ka eh. Kailangan lang talaga, kasi ang hirap mag-isip ng ideas, di ba? Pero mas makakatulong kung mayroon kang kaalaman na very close ka sa customers. Kasi titingnan mo lang ba't nila ginagawa yun, anong sinasabi nila. So sana gawin lang ng gawin yun, especially now.
Yan. Sana makagawa tayo ng small store marketing dito ulit sa Go Negosyo para mas maraming makikinig dyan, marami kang matutulungan dyan. Sir Josiah, ito naman po isang tanong namin sa inyo. What are the opportunities that businesses can explore to improve their business right now? I'm sure maraming sila nakita mga weaknesses because yung nangyari po ngayon ay tinatawag na Black Swan event, yung mga once in a million event, one time in a million event. So marami silang butas na nakita tuloy sa mga negosyo nila na kailangan nilang ayusin at pwede maging opportunity. So again, what are the opportunities you can see to improve their business?
That's a good question, RJ. I think it's important for us to understand business model, no? And in the business model, you have the offering model and the operating model. There are 11 building blocks, and many people do not understand. They understand marketing, but they don't look at the business model, no? So una-una dyan, dun sa offering model, companies will now have to take a look at their value proposition and say, are they, do they have a good value proposition even during crisis, no? But other than that, they also have to understand, do they have the right channel to reach their target market? So these are two things that they'll have to review, opportunity to improve after COVID, no? But in the operating model, that's where there's a lot of areas for improvement. So for example, in terms of the value chain, the activities and the sequence, who is supplying what, they will have to review whether their supply is assured. Tingnan mo in the marketplace, not all the brands are available. Bakit? They need to review their value chain. Bakit? Well, bakit sila out of stock? Kasi over-reliant ba sila sa isang country? Over-reliant ba sila sa isang supplier? Over-reliant ba sila para makakuha ng volume discount? Or they should be expanding sources of their supply, no? Pangalawa, in terms of their complementors, the key partners, is now the time for the entrepreneurs to start thinking, do they still want to do it alone, or there is advantage in getting business partners? Na 3 or 4 of them might even be better than just being alone, no? In terms of cost, they have to reevaluate. Are they really investing in cost that adds value, or they have invested in cost that doesn't really add value? Look at the crisis. Is it really adding value to them? No. So these are some of the questions that the entrepreneur, whether small scale or big scale businessman, will have to evaluate in their business model.
And sir, what do you see also in terms of yung mga pwedeng gawin mga recovery efforts, or Ma'am Josiah, Sir Chiqui, ano mga recovery efforts na pwedeng gawin ng ating mga small-scale companies when they want to bounce back? Sinabi ko, the third phase right now is bouncing back. What are the efforts that you think that these small companies can do to bounce back? Mga best practices? And of course, aside from that one, what do you think can the government help to help these companies bounce back at the same time?
So I'll talk about government. Chiqui will talk about big business. What do you think? Is it okay?
Yeah, sure. Pwede si Miss Chiqui muna para it's easier to ano. Ma'am Chiqui, ano pa yung
what are businesses doing now? No? What can they do? No?
Para mag-bounce back po. Ang mga recovery efforts, ang pwede gawin mga recovery efforts po.
So just probably, that's a good question to summarize what we've been saying. No? Really understand, as soon as you decide or as soon as you finalize or clarified what are essential, what are needed in the moment, through understanding customers, what are their needs right now. And if you are not in that category, you really have to change track. No, recovery again, based on experience, is the power now of social media, bringing marketing efforts online and to build awareness and availability. No, that's right now. That's where we are. Because of the lockdown and we can't access other distribution channels. That's the realistic part of it. Maganda sana kung merong mga ibang communities mismo, and we've heard this being done in Pasig, na meron silang sariling mobile palengke. Yung mga ganong, which means, again, later on, Josiah will mention about what the government, and that's huge, what the government can do. Now, maganda rin sana if there are private companies who can be able to support their suppliers, no? By again, either helping them promote their products or delivering, kasi yung logistical requirement na yun ang challenge ngayon eh. No? And we really have, as much as I want to be upbeat, we have to maintain stay at home talaga. No? Hindi pwede talagang lumabas tayo. So ano yung paraan is really online. So recovery is start thinking ano yung mga pwedeng gawin sa online, ano yung pwede nyong i-promote, kung pwede yung kapitbahay nyo nagbebenta ng ube pandesal dito pero hindi umaabot sa Pasay pero hindi umaabot sa Quezon City, and I've seen that happening. Paano nyo paabot sa isa't isa? So yung sinabi nga ni Josiah kailangan ba mag-isa ko o pwede ba ako mag-partner? Ganun na ang usapan, no? Maybe Mercato can help out also put those relationships together.
Tama,
No?
tama.
Kasi hindi yung I'm curious kung saan nanggagaling yung mga stocks. May nanggagaling pang fruits and vegetables from Baguio So pwede, no?
Pwede
Because
po.
these are essentials. But paano napapaabot, no? So kailangan lang siguro ng coordination, but which I hope some private sectors like Mercato or even the government later, which Josiah might be able to suggest, can help put that together. But
Tama po.
as I said, you have to stay at home. So what can we
Tama.
do? It's online.
Gusto ko lang, sabi ni Miss Chiqui, konting plugging ko lang sa Mercato, no? Sa mga gustong mga small food vendors na nandyan ngayon, kung kailangan kayo ng tulong, kung kayo ay home-based food vendor or karinderya or a place na gumagawa ka ng home cooking, and you've been doing that business right now, kailangan nyo ng tulong, please visit the Mercato Central Facebook page. Let us know where you are. Let's see how we can help you out para makasama kayo sa aming Mercato home food delivery sa ating mga kliyente. That's how we're helping also our small-scale entrepreneurs sa panahon na ito. Sir Josiah, kayo naman po, paano po makakatulong yung ating gobyerno dito? Nakikinig naman dito ngayon si Secretary Mon Lopez, pati si Presidential Advisor Joey Concepcion.
Una-una, papasalamat ako ay, there was a $530 million package that was given, no? Like there was, the malls were mandated not to give rent, no? Or not to charge rent for 1 month, no? Pero is it enough or is it adequate? And then a few days ago, there was a $5 billion. It's a huge $5 billion assistance that will be given to the people, no? So again, so it made me start reflecting: is it enough or not enough, no? So I started doing my computation and said, what's the GDP of the Philippines? So if you combine $5 billion to the original $530 billion, when you combine it, do you know it's only 1.5% of GDP last year? So is it enough or not enough? I will tell you that in Vietnam, they have allocated $12 billion. The GDP of Vietnam is lower, and the economic stimulus of Vietnam was 4.6% of last year's GDP. So kung sa Pilipinas, $5.5 billion is 1.5%, we have to start thinking Vietnam, which is our competitor for foreign direct investment, will probably recover a lot faster because they have allocated a higher budget. Let's not even talk about Vietnam, Thailand. Thailand has allocated 3.2% of their GDP. So in other words, it's like a company. When you start allocating budget, you start thinking about, so is it enough or not enough? Only time will tell. But we have to be very conscious, very mindful about what our neighbors are doing. So I want to make a proposal in terms of what the government can do in terms of allocating budget. And I call it the 4 C's. We are business educators, no? So, we put it in a framework that says, first, is it going to create confidence in the marketplace? Like in Mercado, is it gonna make your lessee dream again? Kasi ang opposite of dreaming is they feel hopeless and helpless. So what the government will do, is that going to help the entrepreneurs dream again? And pangalawa, consumption. Is that going to entail people spending money again? How will they spend money? Consumption. There's a third thing, which is cash flow. Ang daming mga entrepreneur apektado cash flow kasi wala nga silang revenue pero meron pa silang expenses, no? And then the fourth C is climb. Will the entrepreneur, invest in machines, instead of doing retrenchment? Kasi yun ang gagawin nila, and reality check, it's not nice to hear about this thing, but reality check, chances are some of the entrepreneurs who are affected might even do that, no? So why is it important for the government to give assistance in 3 ways, not just in terms of removing removing our virus, protecting our people, but in terms of ensuring employment and bounce back, it is because the government has a vested interest for the country to grow vis-a-vis other neighboring countries. If our growth rate will not be higher than our neighbors, Vietnam has allocated a much higher budget in terms of bouncing back. Not only in terms of giving money to the people, but in terms of helping SMEs. So here's a question that government will have to ask at this point in time. What percentage of budget will go to SME in terms of really assisting them? Iba yung budget going to the consumers for consumption. Iba ang budget to the SME in terms of helping them bounce back. And let's go back to the 4 Cs. And these 4 Cs are not a multiple choice question. These are questions that we need, that hopefully can help in terms of allocating budget that can make all, the virus go away, the SME will preserve jobs, and the consumers will have enough money to consume.
Thank you so much, Sir Josiah Go and Ma'am Chiqui Go. Truly inspiring session here for this morning. Alam niyo po, sa mga numbers lang alone, this has been one of the sessions with the most number of viewers. Lahat sila po nakikinig at gusto sana nila ng part 2 pa sa mga sinasabi po ninyo ngayong umagang ito. So, ma'am, before everything else, as we wrap up today, you know what? We want to leave an inspirational message sa lahat ng mga nakikinig dito ngayon ng mga MSMEs na gustong tumayo ulit at lumago yung mga negosyo nila pagkatapos ng COVID crisis. Ma'am Chiqui, what are your last few words para that will inspire them to continue doing their business?
Well, siguro makakatulong na malaman ng lahat ng tao na lahat naman ng negosyo challenged. No, feeling ko nga itong stay at home namin, mas busy pa kami kasi kailangan namin ibahin lahat ng mga previous na plano. Now, having said that, lahat nga challenge, and we keep saying kapit lang, I would like to, well, I'm a Catholic, so I'm hanging on to what the Pope said about be not afraid. Why are you fearful? And also what Father Jet shared about when your life is hanging on a thread, for example, when your business is hanging on a thread, you realize that there's so many other threads that you can hang on to. The thread of friends, the thread of family. Your Go Negosyo family is a thread that you can hang on to.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd like to remember that there is hope. We're all in the same boat, but we have somebody there who will still the typhoons and those storms, and hopefully we can move on together. Right now, the bayanihan spirit is very strong. Let's keep at it. And I wish all, sana lahat tayo na negosyante ay makaahon. Nasa prayer natin yan, at I'm sure the Filipino spirit will fight on.
Maraming salamat, Ma'am Chiqui. God bless you. God is good all the time. At kaya naman, Sir Josiah, ano pa yung inspirational message mo sa ating mga entrepreneurs nakikinig from all around the country right now sa iyo?
I want to motivate the entrepreneurs. Noong 1997, we have an Asia-wide financial crisis. Ang hirap ng negosyo, hindi po ba? No? Noong 2008, ang hirap din ng negosyo. We have a worldwide crisis, a financial crisis. But when I reflected and I started thinking about ano ba nangyari sa atin 1997 and 1998, I tell you, we had our best year during that time, no? And in fact, Chiqui and I, we even bought a house in 2008 because the market was soft, no? And so I want to just tell you there are opportunities in crisis. Every time a big crisis occurs, it's a reset button. Pantay-pantay lahat ng mga tao, no? If you can actually take over a market, kailangan lang courageous, no? You just need to make sure, don't give up, just keep on pivoting until you get it right, no?
Yan, sir. Sir Josiah, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for those marketing and entrepreneurial insights. Napapasalamat kami. Kanina sabi ni Ms. Chiqui, na-touch talaga siya sa sinabi ng ating Santo Papa sa kanyang Urbi et Orbi speech, na ako naman yung napulot ko dyan ay ito. Importante yung prayer and quiet service. At yung quiet service na ginagawa namin ni Ms. Chiqui, hindi to quiet, noisy service nga ito, but yung tulong pa namin ni Ms. Chiqui at ni Sir Josiah ay ito pa, yung aming payo, yung aming mentorship mula sa Go Negosyo. Again, Sir Josiah, Ma'am Chiqui, I know you still have a meeting. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for joining us here this morning, Ma'am Chiqui.
Maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll let you go ahead now. Just a couple more announcements coming from us over here. Unang-una sa lahat, I'd like to invite everybody, inaanyayahan po lahat ng mga nakikinig dito ngayon na please, mag-sign up kayo, mag-like kayo sa Bounce Back Facebook page. Ang Bounce Back Facebook page po, yan po ay isang Facebook page, isang business support group kung saan yung mga business owners, yung mga entrepreneurs at mga freelancers na gustong tumulong sa ating mga frontliners ay pupunta ngayon to help our frontliners. So number one, yung layunin ng ating Bounce Back group is to help our frontliners through donations, through medical supplies, so food. Tumutulong kami sa tinatawag na food security. So sa mga depressed barangays or communities na nangangailangan ng pagkain, tinutulungan namin to provide food, to provide logistics. So please visit the site. At pangatlo, meron kaming business support or networking para sa ating mga entrepreneurs. Siyempre sa panahon na ito, our entrepreneurs need help, they need mentorship, they need connections, they need support, they need to help find solutions. Diyan po sa grupo namin, diyan po kami makakatulong sa inyo. Please come online there right now so that we can help you find solutions to all these different problems. Again, that's Bounce Back on Facebook. Again, maraming salamat. And one very special announcement po ngayon. We want to remind you, huwag kalimutan mag-comment ng inyong mga mensahe at mga aral na natutunan mula sa ating mga Go Negosyo mentors. Maaari kayong magkaroon ng chance na mga feature sa ating Go Negosyo comment of the day. Please use the hashtag MentorMeOnline and hashtag free negosyo mentorship. And again, help fight the COVID-19 outbreak here in the Philippines. How? Through our friends na We Care. Ang ibig sabihin na We Care, we connect, act, and respond to emergencies. Ito po ay isang non-profit emergency response platform that connects individuals or groups na gustong mag-donate ng kanilang resources to emergency and support organizations kagaya ng mga ospital that urgently need assistance in these times of crisis. The platform is 100% free and now open bukas na po for your pledges and requests. Ito po ay mula sa Cortex, isang subsidiary ng Concepcion Industrial Corporation. Tulungan po natin ating mga medical frontliners in their fight against COVID-19 by pledging the much-needed resources. Please register right now at www.wecare.ph and join their Facebook page, www.facebook.com/WeCare platform. And again, sa lahat ng mga food business entrepreneurs, yung mga malalaki at maliliit, if you want to join our Mercato delivery platform, please join us over there sa Mercato Centrale. Please go to our Facebook page, tell us about your food business, at baka kaya namin kayo isama sa aming Mercato platform and we can help deliver your food from your homes all the way sa inyong mga kliyente. Subabayan ang ating susunod na Mentor Me program this afternoon, 3 p.m. with the topic Keeping the Philippine Economy Alive During a Global Crisis. Ako po ulit si RJ Ledesma. Maraming salamat po para sa Go Negosyo, Mentor Me Online. Thank you so much.